Just let it eat. Man, you guys are good.
Smells fantastic.
Right, but if you mix A, B, and C to make an all-purpose cleaner, and A is what really is going to eat the protein or whatever's in the bug splat, cool. Please do not leave this on the end of your hose. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Out there are the mobile detailers. We're not worried about going outside. We have a build product to be able to use all the time.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another weekend wash edition. We're here with Eric Joseph of Gtechniq, man. You've been on the road for a while.
Been on the road, man. We just finished Crown Rally North. So we took the old detail van from Atlanta, Georgia, up it into Chicago, over to Minneapolis, and then back around through Iowa, ravaged by a storm, and right back here to Chicago, where we got to stop by here and say hello to you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for stopping by and welcome to the shop. I want to go. We got some new products.
We do.
We're going to go through Gtechniq. Is it Gtechniq or Gtechniq?
Gtechniq.
I've heard both.
We don't really correct people,
Yeah.
but we like it simple.
Gtechniq. So we're going to go through some Gtechniq products, and we got a brand new product that I've never used before. Super excited to show, for you to show me how to use it.
Absolutely.
This is a good one because we just got back from the Ozarks and we got bugs all over the front end.
Absolutely.
So we'll go through the wash.
And
so,
this looks like it went on the rally because we had to deal with this every night.
Yeah. So this is actually coated with Crystal Serum Light and then Exo.
Great
Or no,
choice.
this is Crystal Serum Ultra.
Oh, better choice.
I have not done like an actual like coating maintenance on it since and it's been about a year and a half. So maybe we do use some of those products and do an actual coating maintenance on it.
Absolutely.
It's standing up great. So
Wonderful.
let's get started.
Cool. Where's my camera, guys? There he is.
So you've brought us a lot of fun toys. You bought some products too, like an undercarriage washer.
We did. So we stopped at Lake Country on the way into Minnesota. So that was cool. And then while in Minnesota, we had to go see MTM, Velocity Performance. You know them from their multiple pressure washer adapters.
Yep.
They gave us a little sneak peek on one thing we'll use in a little bit, but they also realized at the Bonneville Salt Flats that the cars in the rally were completely covered in salt.
Yeah.
So they were like, you should have had this. So we'll play with that in a minute. But one thing that we have that actually, it's been quite a hit, are these waterproof wash guides. So if you're not really able to wash your car while you're in the video here, you can always pick one of these up from Car Guy Supply, where you can actually go through and remind yourself on how to wash. So first and foremost, step number 1 and 2, we're gonna use our W6, which Jason has in his arm here. This is our iron fallout remover. It's a slight gel. It works very well. Super safe, coating safe, of course.
It smells fantastic.
It does not smell nearly fantastic, but it doesn't smell horrible.
No.
So right now in the industry, there's a little bit of a chase to see who can really get the best performance with the best smell. And I think our performance balances with the smell very well.
Yeah.
So to make life easier here, we actually threw it in this IK sprayer.
That's
Just
nice.
so we don't have to sit there and you know, work the old forearms.
We actually have like this dispensing system. So we have, this is our fallout remover here.
Yep.
You don't have this, a great alternative. And I haven't used these either. So you can get these at, oh, it foams.
It foams, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
So we diluted it a little bit of water just to get the gel to be able to foam a little bit.
Okay.
So this is gonna let the gel just sit there, and as I say in all my trainings, just let it eat.
Let it dissolve.
Let it eat.
That's awesome. Where can we get the IK sprayer?
They're all over. So Amazon.
Rag Company has them too?
The Rag Company has them. Yep, a couple other online suppliers. So once that sits up for a little while, you're gonna see it finding the metallic particles in your brakes, so the ferrous iron, if you will. That's gonna activate, turn purple, and that is gonna be what I call your chemical decontamination. And we'll actually go to the regular spray bottle later when it's time to chemically decontaminate the paint.
Eric, where did the name Gtechniq come from?
Jason, that is a great question.
Because you think about it, you got other companies, McGuire's obviously, that's the last name.
Yeah, Barry, first name.
Yeah.
So back in 1998 when the company was founded, so we have been doing this for a little bit over 20 years, but in the world of coatings, we like to say we're coming into our 20th. It was actually started as Gtehcniq.
Okay.
So when Robert Earl, who's now our managing director, which in the US is the owner, he's also the man behind all of this technology that we get to play with.
Yeah.
He shortened it to Gtechniq.
Okay, that's awesome, man. All right, has it been soaking enough?
I think so. Kind of hard to see on the black wheels.
Yeah.
However,
I think I just did it last week too.
so if you want to get in here, we can see that purple coming out from behind. Now the purple's cool, but all that is one of the main ingredients that's going in and activating with the ferrous metal or the iron oxide, which as we know is rust.
Yep.
But if W6 dries, it will look a bit chalky, which is alarming.
Yep, I've seen that before.
You're almost like, oh, wow, that's an acid burn. It's not. Just hit it with a little water and go to town.
Well, what about, what do you call them?
Carbon ceramic brakes.
Ceramic brakes, yeah.
So I always go, same thing with matte frozen finishes. We know what works and what doesn't work, but I always go to the owner's manual of the vehicle.
Okay.
So if the manual says do not use chemical on carbon ceramic brakes, and you use chemical on carbon ceramic brakes, note to everyone out there, you have to buy them not one rotor at potentially $3,000, you have to buy them 4. So that's a $12,000 mistake. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. All right, this one's washed. I'm gonna rinse it. You wanna wash that one?
Yeah, sure. I didn't know we were gonna wash the whole car.
Yes, we're washing the whole car, Eric. I'm putting you to work while you're here. So how'd you get into detailing?
Oh man, I think very similar to you. It just found me in my mid-teens.
Yeah.
At which point, I did my first paid job probably at the age of 16, in mom's driveway, of course. Graduated up into a body shop where I was doing a lot of prep work, and the owner loved me and hated me at the same time because I was just too thorough. So midway through that, I decided that I really wanted to learn how to fix the paint and truly fix the paint.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I know you were just featured on Volkswagen.
Yep.
Right, you're an avid Volkswagen fan.
Yep.
So I got a GLX Jetta Mark III that was black, that I absolutely adored. And I went and had the quarter panel in the door painted with a small blend. Well, I'm looking out of my parents' window one day with the sun hitting it, and the whole car looked gray besides where the newly painted part was. So I said to myself, there's gotta be a way to fix that without repainting the car. And before you knew it, I had a porter cable in hand and graduated into a Rupes, probably with the orange trigger Mark I, before they were in the country. And it's been a story ever since.
Did you have your own business then?
I did, yeah. So I actually ran and managed a couple of shops as we grew as an industry and kind of learned what we were doing.
Yeah.
Leaving that always on the side, as you know, I was a cop for 15 years in New York.
I did not know that.
Well, now you know. So all those times we were hanging out and going to SEMA and all the different trade shows, that was on my vacation.
Wow.
So always wanted to just do this full time. When Gtechniq came back into the country in 17, I was given the opportunity to join that team, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
That's awesome, man. I had no idea you were a cop.
Did you really not know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah, NYPD for 3 years, and then I moved to Rochester to get away from the city, not knowing I was moving into another inner city that had many problems of its own. And
this is why I love doing this. I get to know people so much better.
I vested out of the pension system with 15 years. Some would say I'm crazy, but it's been a nonstop blur for the last 2 years, just going around helping people detail.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I notice you have buckets in all 4 corners to keep things extremely efficient here at Chicago Auto Pros.
That's right.
But yet I still stole your brush.
Will you rinse my wheel, Eric?
I can do that for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Do we want to go after the bugs, or do we want to play with the new undercarriage? Since we're still kind of stuck on wheels, right?
Yeah, let's do the undercarriage.
Now you're already using MTM Veloci's higher end gun.
Yeah, I've loved these new guns, the new swivels, everything. All right, should we test her out?
So give this a flip over.
I love that. That makes it nice and easy to get. And
smooth.
Because the one that we have is just, it's kind of like half this, and you really have to get under there.
So what's pretty neat, he actually showed me that there's multiple lengths depending on what your application is. So if you're doing a lot of 911s, this one's gonna go from one side all the way to the other, keeping that efficiency. So this is just an easy, cool upsell for the professional shops, but also cool for the guys who just really wanna take their car cleaning and their car maintaining to a higher level of being able to get all of that road grime and whatnot out from the crevices.
Yeah.
So I do wish on Crown Rally West, we had this, so we were able to actually go in and get all of that salt out from underneath.
Yeah. I like this so much better than the one that we had because you can get all the way. So I can do the whole undercarriage on just one side of the car.
Absolutely.
Which is fantastic. Because we were going around the entire car. I love
Get
it.
in there and get all that Ozark out.
Yeah, I love it. You're gonna keep this here, right?
I mean, maybe. I think Chris really wants it.
That's awesome, I love it. What is that?
It's either a leaf.
That's chocolate.
I was gonna say a septic tank explosion.
That is chocolate.
That is 100% chocolate. Who was your passenger?
That was my wife.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, that's probably the kids. That's chocolate.
All right, we'll get it off.
That's funny.
So 1 year in, Crystal Serum Ultra, EXO on top, just kind of looking at the beads. This is impressive, this is wild, I'm very happy with this. How many washes would you say? You think it's washed every week, every 2 weeks?
Probably every 2 weeks this gets washed. I also test a lot of products on the car.
Sure, absolutely.
Now, what's the difference between a dedicated bug remover and like, say, like all-purpose cleaner or degreaser?
So I would say personally from being involved with Robert developing this, it's finding the active ingredients to attack what's there.
Yeah.
So I always say an all-purpose cleaner is a great solution, no doubt, but it's a broad spectrum product.
Okay.
Right? So like, and I'm no chemist, right? But if you mix A, B, and C to make an all-purpose cleaner, and A is what really is gonna eat the protein or whatever's in the bug splat, cool. But if we take a lot more A, then we're gonna get something that's more dedicated.
Well, let's melt some bugs.
Let's melt some bugs. So it does spray straight. It's a little bit of a gel. It almost foams out of the sprayer.
They're melting!
They're already melting. Now, keep in mind.
I pressure wash it pretty good.
You did.
Nothing came off.
So we're not worried about the film. I mean, like, it's almost instant where it's just blowing them apart.
Yeah.
We're not worried about the plastic headlight. We're not worried about the raw plastics or the gloss black grill inserts.
Yep.
And like we talked about with the W6 on the wheels, we're just gonna let it eat.
Yeah.
If it dries, hit it with some water.
You put it on glass and everything?
Put it on glass and everything. And again, a little goes a very long way.
We want to rinse it?
So this is where I step away.
Okay.
And I let personal preference key, right? Because we're inside your beautiful shop here, right? We're not out in the sun. I'm not really worried about this drying. I'll let it eat.
Okay.
So me, again, if someone wanted to be that guy, we could break out. You happen to have a detail brush handy?
I got a couple of them.
Let's check them out. So that's just gonna get into those nooks and crannies. If you notice that little bit of product that we sprayed on, it's still there. Yeah. If we zoom in right up top, we can see it's drying a tiny bit. Once Jason hits it with the brush, it's just gonna activate right back to life and just gonna keep on working.
Look at that. All right, what do we got here?
All right, so now I apologize to our friends at MTM Hydro. I really don't know what they're calling this. Right?
I don't know.
But I do know it works amazing. So what this is doing is
They just came out with this.
They just came out with this. You may be one of the first to try it. So this is gonna let you foam and then switch right over to rinse.
Genius.
Without having to go back and switch your tips, and you know how they made this so it doesn't fall over finally?
Yep.
Which is great and amazing thinking. But now we don't, again, efficiency, right? We wanna do it faster.
Yep.
Get the same money in less time.
Love it.
Give that a whirl. So, instructions are on the back of the bottle. We're just gonna add 1 inch to water. So we raised our water level about 1 inch. Give that a little screw on there, give her a good little shake. You're familiar with the I think it's the P22.2 or P2.22. So the red's gonna give you your foam, that's pressed in. Give her a little tweak where you wanna be. And we're foaming. It's a foam party.
Smells fantastic.
Doesn't it?
I'm gonna go hit the front. Get those bugs.
So now, Jason, personal preference.
Yep.
Are you a shaving cream foam guy or are you a runny foam guy? I know the internet has a lot of thoughts on that.
Well, the thicker it is, it's harder it is to rinse off.
100%.
Which kind of sucks.
Because there's more soap.
But it looks cool. I
So,
like the thick shit.
I think that this is a fair mix here.
Yeah.
Right? Because I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of guys, they play around with the different sizing of the bits and bobs inside in there to get that thick shaving cream foam. And I just want a quality soap that's gonna break up the grime and allow it to start dropping off the surface.
Yeah. Yep.
Guys, so we're just gonna hit the blue and just go back over to the door and just blow it off. So again, effective efficiency, which is cool. If you wanna rinse that foam off, but like the bug remover, I don't wanna rinse it off, I just wanna let it eat.
Yep. Chocolate's still on there.
Just let it eat.
We're gonna blast that off.
And she gone.
Goodbye, chocolate.
So
I want to see how well. So we got W4, we got the bug cleaner on there. I want to hit it with the pressure washer.
sure,
See what we're working with.
just let it eat.
Oh, look at that. Blum, 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 blum. Goodbye. That's all. I love it.
It's cool, right? It is definitely cool.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah, so they have another one where you can put 2 chemical and then
Yeah.
they add a handle.
Okay.
So the handle goes on the tube, so I'm sure that the handle will come here. What I actually really liked about it, playing with it over there, was the weight in the canister kept everything up. So as you went around the car, if you were gonna change your angle, it kept it there for you, which was kind of cool.
All right, we got 2 buckets here. Did you already fill one of these with soap?
I did not. You want some soap?
Yeah, you got some?
So the ultimate debate between Europe and America. So in Europe, they only use W4 citrus foam
For like washing and everything.
in a foam cannon.
Okay.
They use our G-Wash, our red cherry scented soap,
Yeah.
in the bucket. In America, for whatever reason, and we can't put our finger on it, they've swapped it. So
Really?
everyone is putting G-Wash in the foam cannon, and then in the bucket, or G-Wash in the foam cannon, and citrus foam in the bucket. So because we have citrus foam, it's still soap. It's
And
not,
we're in America.
and we're in America. It's not wrong. So we're just gonna put just 1, 2 little glugs, or you can use the cap and measure it.
Okay.
Really up to you, personal choice.
Nice. I'm gonna put some more water in here. And rinse away the blood scene. Nothing happened here. Please ignore. All right, let's wash the car. You got one of these or 2?
I have more in the van. So like we always talk about, we're gonna wash the top to the bottom, right?
From the top to the bottom.
Now, do we wanna go with the 1-year coating maintenance, or do we just wanna keep on rolling because it looks great? Do you wanna do a
look
little
good.
iron remover, or?
We probably should. I can feel the roughness back here.
Okay.
Have you ever put W6 in a foam cannon like this?
Yes, I sure have. So I've built what I call the concoction, which is W4, W5, and W6 together
You mix them all in one.
in the foam cannon and just let it eat. I feel like we're gonna make a shirt together. It's gonna say let it eat.
Let it eat. All right, I'm gonna use the foamer. No worries with W6 on like clear bra or trim or anything like that? You've
Not
ever
at
seen
all.
it stain?
So to the YouTube viewers out there, if you've never used an iron remover before and you're curious, if it doesn't bleed purple, you did nothing wrong. The product's not bad. There's just no iron on the car.
Yep.
We already know it's gonna work because it found your iron pit back here.
Yep. Now what do? Do you usually just rinse it or do you wash it?
No, I use my mitt again.
Okay, so do we.
I let it eat and then I go and use
it
my
eat.
mitt. Now also,
All
side
this
note,
eating, man, I'm kind of getting hungry.
yes. I heard you're taking us to a nice place.
Speaking of eating.
So W6 has really great lubricity. Yep. I actually, not on a coating maintenance, but on a prep detail, I will use it to lubricate my clay disc.
Okay.
So a lot of the traditional products companies now are coming out with some stuff from our world, which is okay, we like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, hey, this and this, it performs better than other products. If we go back to what I first started talking about, it's all about that balance.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that if we're using a product, that it is going to be coating or last step protection, paint protection film safe. So just because a product seems like it's working faster, maybe it's making more purple, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's eating those bugs harder, if that's a term. We want to make sure that we're not doing damage to the surface, because even you have Crystal Serum Ultra on here, right? One of the best coatings in the world.
Yeah.
It's only going to protect you that 80 to 90% of the pH chart.
Okay.
We're not going to be able to protect against a 1 or a 14, right? So of course, if we throw something extremely alkaline or extremely acidic at something, man's it going to clean, but it could also take away that $3,200 detail.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
just make sure you're picking the right product and you're not just basing things off of price.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're using like a straight acid, I mean, that's gonna.
Oh, it's gonna clean.
Start stripping the coating.
It's gonna eat.
It's gonna eat.
It's gonna eat in a bad way.
Does washing a vehicle, I get this question a lot, like does washing a vehicle, does it strip a little bit of the coating away every time you're washing it?
So great question. And I would say if you're washing it properly, which would also be not overwashing, then the answer would be no, if you're washing it properly. But a couple of guys say, don't touch it, right? So just like the fine black plastics, I'm sure this special edition has those gloss black plastics, you can touch it 4, 5, 6, 7 times, but you really start touching it, you're gonna start to see marks.
Yeah.
All right, let's rinse it.
An easy coat.
And then it's easy coat time.
Eric, why do they call it easy coat?
Well,
That's a weird name.
I'm gonna say because it probably coats the car pretty easy. So Easy Coat, you can buy it a few different ways from vendors like Car Guy Supply. So that is what we call the kit. So that is gonna come with your 500 mil of product,
Okay.
which will do 2 to 3 vehicles. It also comes with the hose adapter and it comes with the sprayer itself. So hose adapter goes on the end of your garden hose to allow for quick connection.
Okay.
So you're unboxing well. As I've known you for years now, you opened it the way I figured you would. So that's,
rip it
That's okay,
open.
just rip it. It looks great on the shelf, but it works great in person. So we put our hose on to our dilution control spray valve.
Yep.
DCSV, we can name it.
Okay.
That just came out. That was real. Give the product a good shake, because we always want to shake whatever we're going to use. We're going to replace the cap with whatever acronym I just gave the red and black sprayer. No scent, really.
0 cents.
Robert's not a scent guy. He's a performance guy. America wants scent. This is your chance to tell him what you want.
I love products that smell good. I mean, it just makes you feel like, I don't know, it's those happy feelings.
It's
You're
something,
like,
right?
Yeah, no,
it's
I like
something.
when I walk into in here, there's a certain smell, you know, when the soaps are going and everything.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm at home when I walk in here and I smell it. You're like, all right, I'm back.
It's the Chicago Auto Pros essence.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 2 valves just before we get your massive garden hose hooked up here.
Okay.
The red valve, again, any valve perpendicular is usually off. So both of these valves are off. there is also an instruction to turn this way to turn on. So this valve here is gonna control your water. Simple. This valve here is gonna control your product.
Okay.
Now, the product is clear, so clearly it goes on clear. 2 to 3 vehicles out of here is kind of what's going around town,
Okay.
which is cool.
Okay.
Paint, wheels, glass, trim, it doesn't matter. So now Chicago being a winter state, what I really like about a spray-on hose-off sealant
Yeah.
is that it's going to get in all
I love
of
that.
the nooks and crannies, the same place the slush and the salt gets. So we rinsed the car pretty heavy.
Yeah.
We had some soaps in there.
Yep.
We had the iron remover, so we cleaned all those nooks and crannies. Now this is gonna go in and protect it.
All right, let's see it in action.
So give that a little quick connect there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn your hose on.
This is really easy to hold too.
You want this
once
all the
it's
way?
connected. Yeah, turn it on all the way, because we can control it from here, right?
The arrow's going this way for on, so
Okay.
perpendicular's off. So turn that left, and that's gonna get you
so
the water out.
it does tell me where it's
Yep.
turned to open. Okay, got it. So this is just water.
That is just water. Now remember, you gave her a little squirt.
Yep.
Now what's nice with Easy Coat, and it's gonna be really hard to see here because you're coated on your glass, you're coated on your paint, you probably coated your tail light, you probably coated your plastic, and you probably coated your wheel. So again, what's nice with this is, we're just gonna turn on the black valve to
Okay.
on. Give her a good turn there. You are now applying the product. Go all the way down, go right under the wheel. We're not worried about glass. For the mobile applicators out there, or the mobile detailers, we're not worried about going outside. We had to build the product to be able to use in all environments. And once that's done, you turn the product off and you go right to rinse.
Yeah, this is hard to see. We're gonna have to do it on another car, but
Let me get you a rental, Jason.
let's bring another one in here.
Bring in the rental. Also, I'm lazy, so I love coated wheels, but I really don't like coating wheels. So for me to be...
No, this is great, because I didn't coat these at all.
Look at that.
And you can see the product a little bit when I did that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Woo! Wild. So again, balance of ease of application,
Yeah.
multiple environments, and then to be able to go through and know that if it's in the sun a little bit, we're not gonna hit our lives, so on and so forth. Here she comes.
All right, we ready? It's off. I'm just gonna spray the water on there. Nothing. You ready for this?
Look at it grow. It just grows.
And rinse it off. Oh. That was easy.
And it looks coated,
It does. It does look coated.
though it's not. However, the gloss is
Look at
unreal. And the performance on the windshield is actually worth experiencing yourself.
You can see this is a rental car. You can see the
Brush marks.
I didn't see that.
But I mean, imagine if it was even
Yeah.
protected to the basic minimum with this product, they would not have to wash it the way they wash it.
Yeah.
So these cars wouldn't be getting jacked up. Now, would a 9-year coating do this? Absolutely. Would C2V3 do this? Absolutely. But not for $1 and a minute.
I love it. Look at that. I'm just playing with it now.
You're legitimately smiling, which is why I wanted you to use it. It's like the most beautiful mix of beading and sheeting too.
It is.
So like
It's nice.
you get these wild beads, but you also get that hard drop.
I love it. We gotta wash the rest of the car now?
No.
I got my rental car the other week. Like literally, They rinsed it off and they brought it to me just completely soaking wet. There you go.
What is this thing?
Oh, for the guy who doesn't like cords, you need one of those.
40 volts.
And it's turboed.
Whoa. All right, I'm turboing. Nice. So shout out Ryobi 40 volt Whisper Series. How else are you gonna dry this grill without one?
All right, Les.
Last bit of YouTube.
Let's dry off the car, and you've been talking about all this eating. I'm hungry.
We're gonna eat. Okay, so
Let's go eat.
with that said,
Eating? Are you gonna talk about eating
in
more?
Chicago, we went to a place yesterday. Yep. Chicago can make some food.
God damn, this car looks good.
Really does. We're not wearing gloves anymore
Gloves are gone.
because we're done.
Done. All over. Beautiful car, man. Thanks for coming out. This is, I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, I feel like
I learned a lot.
I have to digest some of the knowledge that you just gave me.
It's all in the wash guide.
Yeah. We'll start handing those out. Every Gtechniq product.
You have
will go out.
500 of them.
Okay, so thank you. Easy coat, this is awesome. I'm glad that we had that other car to, I mean, it really, I was smiling. It blew me away.
Yeah.
It's awesome. What I like, I mean, I love sprayable coatings because you get it in every crack and crevice, and this is perfect because you get all these cracks and crevices. I mean, especially like grill parts like this, man.
Yeah, like who wants to sit there for 3 hours?
Yeah, and that's important because that's kind of the most of this is the stuff that breaks down first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plastics, the trim areas, stuff like that. In between the cracks and crevices, that's where everything fails.
I still am looking over your shoulder at the beads on the sweet rental.
So, hell yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Got it, brother.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the next rally.
Yep, find everything that you just saw in this video on carsupplieswarehouse.com. Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Cool.